My name is Kendall Halton, and this is Kendall's Couch. My older brother Kyle carried this couch to the people to highlight extraordinary owls in Season 6 of Owlwitness News, but today, I take over the couch.
What do you think you're doing? It's my couch. Get up.
Hi, I'm Kyle Halton, and for those who don't remember, this is Kyle's Couch. 2 years ago, I carried this couch to the people and interviewed some extraordinary partridge owls. But I waited for the perfect guest to bring the couch back to Owlwitness News.
Hello everybody, today on the couch we have Mrs. Smith-Raska. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
So out of all your years teaching here, what was your favorite book to teach? Regardless of grade level, that is.
Regardless of grade level. Okay, I think my favorite book to teach is The Scarlet Letter, even though I haven't taught 10th grade in a long time. I love The Scarlet Letter because it deals with a woman who becomes ennobled and who redeems herself, and a man whose name is Dimsdale, thus he is dim, and he is the absolute worst. He gets what he deserves at the end. So I always like the moral dilemma and the fact that she rises as he sinks. And he's so unable to have any intestinal fortitude and stand up for what is right.
And regardless of school, what's your favorite book of all time? Tough question.
If I had to pick my favorite book of all time, it's been my favorite for years and years. It's The World According to Garp by John Irving. I'm a big John Irving fan. I think everything anyone would ever need to know about life is contained in that book. And my favorite school-appropriate book that I've never taught is The Book Thief, which I think is a beautiful...
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I think I read that.
Beautiful story narrated by Death. And Death has a sense of humor, and Death cries. And even though it's a young adult book, I don't really think young adults get it. When kids tell me in 8th grade, oh yeah, I read that book, I don't think they really got the depth of it.
But even now, I can just see how it really helps build character in a way. And it only takes time to really realize that.
Yeah.
So in prep for our interview, I heard that you have never repeated an outfit in a school year. Is that true?
It's a silly question, but yes, it is true. There's some times where, you really don't want to get out of bed in the morning, so what are you going to get out of bed for? Oh, my favorite sweater. And I'm basically the same size. I have been all my life, and so I found that I could just keep adding on to my closet. And I have to say that when I started, people dressed differently, teachers dressed differently. Men wore jackets and ties, and women often wore dresses and skirts and heels. And that as time has gone by, even as students' attire has become less formal, so too has teachers' attire.
And that variety that it adds every morning, so it helps you start your morning. And
yeah.
What do you think it adds to the school? What do you think the students might say? Oh, she's wearing, I know Mr. Wilson has those ties, always wears different ties. Does your different outfits spark any of that?
Yeah, I kind of wait for the one kid to say, you haven't worn the same thing all year long.
You're you're right, I've been planning.
I've been planning, exactly. And it's wow, it's only February and it took you this long, But some kids come in and say, oh, my brother told me or my sister told me you never repeat an outfit. Is that true? And I went, you'll have to really start just cataloging. Yeah, you'll have to just write down in the back of your notebook every day and see what happens.
What's your go-to breakfast food?
I basically eat the same thing every day for breakfast and lunch. So my go-to breakfast is Cheerios, usually dry. So it was kind of this joke in the English department. Now I don't have the refrigerator up here, so I eat peanut butter and jelly every day. And class comes in and goes, smells like peanut butter.
So you would never repeat an outfit, but you would eat Cheerios every day.
Every day.
45 years.
Yep. I just, I don't really care what I eat. And so it's oh, Cheerios, okay, easy, don't have to think about it. It's like a uniform, but food.
Kind of is.
Yeah.
I think you'd own half of Kellogg's after that boxes you bought.
I should have invested in their stock.
Oh, it would have been great. So if you had to pick from thousands of them, what would be your favorite word?
In creative writing class, I have students write essays on this, and I remember Bobby Charletta chose erstwhile. And this year I had a student who chose the word rain, which I thought was a very interesting choice. Never be my choice, I like sunny days.
And what does erstwhile mean, just so people know?
Erstwhile is similar to meanwhile.
Okay.
So he wrote this whole essay. It was hysterical, I'll never forget it. It was such an odd choice for a word. But if I had to choose my favorite word today, I would say it is retire.
You said that before, in your previous years of teaching, you said that people dress more formal. How do you think the change over the years has affected high school? And do you think that it is a good change or a bad change?
All right, so the attire has changed, but it just dawned on me too that the hair has changed. In the 70s, the boys all had long hair. In the early 80s, they had long hair. And then we kind of went to buzz cuts for a while. And then like gelled hair,
or gelled up Axe body spray,
and yeah, and all that kind of stuff. And now, then it was very, very, very short, almost military short for a while. And now long hair is coming back. I notice a lot of the guys have.
It's almost like
hair.
cyclical.
Very cyclical.
Yeah.
Yep. And the dress. There was a dress code when I first came here. No sneakers. Nobody could wear sneakers. Girls wore dress pants, sometimes blazers.
Really.
And guys, or dresses or skirts, and guys wore chinos or dress pants, and they had to wear collared shirts and they had to wear ties, no sneakers. So there was a dress code.
Like professors,
like professors, yeah, like professional looking. And then it sort of, it loosened up a little bit. Girls began wearing, I would say, slacks most often, and boys started wearing jeans. And then somewhere along the line, I'm not really sure when, but sneakers were allowed and were okay. And no shorts in the beginning. Nobody wore shorts. And girls and boys both had to wear collared shirts.
Even when it's hot, no shorts?
No shorts. I don't remember shorts at all. And we didn't have air conditioning. And the A-wing had those little tiny windows. Yeah, it was pretty sweaty. We had fans. That was about it.
Okay, let's bring you back. February 1977. It's your first day. You got dressed up. Tell us some comments about your first day.
Okay, so my first day, I was in the room that now is Mrs. McElrath's room.
Okay.
And it was A102 at that point. It had a collapsible wall, which it still has. And I didn't know anybody, and it was the middle of the year. And the woman from...
Well, you started middle year.
Yeah,
Were you
February.
nervous?
I was very nervous. The woman on the other side of the collapsible wall came over and introduced herself, and she said, "Hello, my name is Harriet Engber. I've been teaching here for 9 years. I teach 8th grade." And the thing that stuck in my head was, "You've been here for 9 years?
Like,
poor thing.
You stuck here?
You're stuck here 9 years," and God laughed, because this is my 45th year. So how dare I think 9 years seemed like an eternity. And I remember also that there was a woman across the hall who was teaching clouds. Her name was Maureen Connolly, and she was standing on her desk and she was going, "I'm a cumulus cloud." And I thought, where am I? Like, there's a woman standing on her desk and somebody else has taught for 9 years. This was like the oddest place I could ever imagine.
So if you had every student you've ever taught in front of you, what would you want to say to them?
All right, well, if I had every student in front of me, that would be roughly 5,500 students. So it would be like a Cecil B. DeMille film, but I could stand on a platform, I could have my Evita moment maybe, and I would say to them, "Wow, you're all here," which is good, so I guess you didn't screw up. And I think the word of wisdom, or words of wisdom, I would want to give them is always remember who you are and where you came from.
It's a good set of advice.
Thanks.
Well, thank you, Mrs. Smith-Raska, for joining me on my couch, but you gotta get off.
Do I have to come back tomorrow? Adios.